There's a powerful truth that many men overlook, that attraction isn't always expressed through words nor through obvious gestures. Sometimes, it's communicated in silence, in glances, in energy, in presence. And here's where Stoicism enters the picture. Because while modern men are taught to chase, to impress, to overthink every signal, the Stoic man operates differently. He doesn't beg for validation. He doesn't seek approval. He moves from a place of inner stillness, of clarity, of self-command. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one," and that's the key, because being a good man, a grounded man, naturally attracts others, especially those who recognize that calm, confidence. This video isn't about playing games or decoding every look a woman gives. It's about understanding why women, especially younger women, are drawn to the calm, decisive energy of a man who knows himself. And more importantly, it's about why she might secretly want you to make a move. Not because she's testing you, but because deep down, she respects the strength of a man who leads with presence, not ego. In this video, we'll explore 10 powerful, Stoic lessons that reveal why grounded masculinity draws attraction naturally, and how you can apply these lessons to every area of life. Let's begin. Inner stillness is more attractive than external noise. Seneca once said, "To be calm is the highest achievement of the self." In a world of chaos, loud personalities, and constant distraction, inner stillness stands out like a rare diamond. A Stoic man isn't hurried. He isn't easily disturbed. He moves slowly, speaks deliberately, and listens deeply. This energy draws people in, because calmness signals emotional strength. When a younger woman notices that kind of composure, she feels safe not because of dominance, but because of stability. Modern psychology confirms this. People subconsciously gravitate toward those who regulate their emotions effectively. Emotional regulation is perceived as maturity, leadership, and confidence. Practical application. Practice stillness daily. When you feel anxious or reactive, pause, breathe, observe your thoughts rather than obey them, meditate or journal, as Marcus Aurelius did every morning. The calmer your inner world, the more magnetic your outer presence becomes. In today's world, we live surrounded by constant noise, not just the sounds of the city or the chatter of social media, but the endless noise of overthinking, comparing, reacting, and trying to prove ourselves. Everyone seems to be racing toward something: more attention, more validation, more acknowledgement. But Stoicism teaches something radically different. It teaches that the most powerful man in the room is not the loudest but the calmest. He doesn't need to raise his voice, rush, or perform. His calmness speaks for him, and that calmness and that inner stillness is what truly draws respect, trust, and admiration. The Stoic understanding of stillness. Seneca once said, "To be calm is the highest achievement of the self." For the Stoics, stillness wasn't a passive state. It was a sign of mastery. A man who is still within himself is not ruled by his impulses, fears, or emotions. He may experience storms on the outside, challenges, insults, uncertainty, but his inner world remains undisturbed. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled the largest empire of his time, practiced stillness every morning through reflection and journaling. Despite wars, betrayals, and personal losses, he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Stillness, then, is not the absence of movement. It's the presence of control. It's being fully aware, but not reactive. Why stillness stands out in the modern world? We live in an age of endless motion, scrolling, talking, consuming, reacting. Everyone is trying to be seen, heard, and validated, but true confidence doesn't need attention. It radiates quietly. That's why inner stillness naturally draws others in. It's not about dominance, it's about peace that others can feel. When someone carries calm energy, when they're unbothered, patient, and present, it creates a sense of safety. People intuitively feel they can trust that person because their energy isn't chaotic or unpredictable. In a sense, stillness is emotional leadership. It tells others, "I don't panic. I don't overreact. You can relax around me." And in a world filled with noise, that energy is magnetic. The psychological power of calmness. Modern psychology echoes what the Stoics knew centuries ago. Calmness is a sign of emotional regulation, which is one of the strongest indicators of emotional intelligence. When you can remain composed under pressure, people perceive you as mature, dependable, and grounded. Studies have shown that humans are wired to seek stability in others. We subconsciously associate calmness with competence. Think of how you feel around someone who stays composed during chaos. You feel at ease, don't you? That's the invisible power of inner stillness. It balances the environment. Stillness is strength, not weakness. Some confuse stillness with passivity, as if calm people lack ambition or drive. But Stoicism teaches the opposite. Stillness is focused energy. It's what allows you to respond with reason instead of emotion. It's what prevents you from wasting energy on things you can't control. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Stillness gives you that power. The power to choose your reaction. It doesn't mean you ignore reality. It means you stay centered while facing it. When you can remain calm under stress, you show true strength, not because you suppress emotion, but because you understand it and direct it wisely. The contrast between noise and presence. Noise is external. It's the desire to prove, to impress, to outshine. It's rooted in insecurity and fear of being unseen. Stillness is internal. It's knowing who you are, even when no one is watching. It's rooted in confidence and clarity. Marcus Aurelius never needed to announce his power. His composure announced it for him. Likewise, a person who is truly still doesn't need to demand respect. Their energy commands it. External noise fades. Inner stillness endures. How to cultivate inner stillness. Stoicism is practical. It's not about memorizing quotes, but applying principles. Here's how to build stillness in daily life. Morning reflection, as Marcus Aurelius did. Spend a few minutes each morning journaling. Write down what you can control today and what you cannot. Commit to focusing only on the first by B. Pause before reacting. When emotions rise, anger, irritation, anxiety, pause. Take 3 deep breaths. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, let it go. C. Embrace silence. Set aside time each day for silence. No music, no screens, no talking. Stillness grows in quiet. D. Practice single tasking. When you work, work. When you eat, eat. When you rest, rest. Presence is the seed of peace. Uri. Observe. Don't absorb when people around you are chaotic or negative. Don't mirror them. Notice their energy, but remain in control of your own. These small acts, practiced daily, strengthen your inner calm the same way training strengthens your body. The Stoic role model of stillness. Consider Marcus Aurelius, ruling an empire, facing war and plague, yet finding time to reflect each day, or Epictetus, once a slave, who endured suffering with unshakable dignity, or Seneca, who faced exile and criticism but wrote with clarity and peace. These men weren't detached from life. They were deeply engaged, but they faced it all with stillness and a calm, acceptance of what they could not control, and a fierce focus on what they could. Their peace wasn't born of luxury, but of discipline. That's what makes Stoic calmness so admirable. It's not an escape from life. It's the strength to remain unshaken within it. The modern reflection today, cultivating stillness is almost rebellious. In a culture addicted to reaction, being calm is a form of power. Stillness allows you to think clearly when others panic. It helps you lead without shouting, influence without force, and endure without complaint. Transforms you from a reactor into a responder, from someone controlled by emotion into someone guided by principle. And that transformation doesn't just change how people see you. It changes how you experience the world, because when you master inner calm, nothing external can truly disturb your peace. Conclusion. The quiet power of stillness. Stoicism reminds us that greatness doesn't always look loud or dramatic. Sometimes, it looks like silence under pressure, patience under delay, and clarity amidst confusion. Inner stillness isn't the absence of struggle. It's the mastery of response. It's the art of remaining whole in a world that constantly tries to pull you apart. So when the world gets noisy, don't compete with the noise. Rise above it. Return to your breath. Return to your center. Return to stillness. 2. Decisiveness signals. Strength Epictetus taught. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Attraction often arises from clarity. A woman doesn't want a man who hesitates endlessly. She's drawn to a man who knows what he wants and moves with purpose. When you hesitate too long to express your intentions, it's not the waiting that kills attraction, it's the uncertainty. Indecision communicates fear. Decision communicates strength. From a Stoic lens, decisiveness is not recklessness. It's controlled action based on reason, not emotion. A younger woman might secretly want you to make a move because she senses that clarity, that you're capable of action without being impulsive. Practical application. When faced with choice, act. Don't overanalyze how it'll be received. Make your move from intention, not impulse. If you choose to speak, do so calmly and directly. If you choose to wait, do so from strength, not fear. Presence speaks louder than words, Marcus Aurelius said. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Your presence is your vibration. It's how your internal world paints the atmosphere around you. A Stoic man is fully present in conversation, in silence, in movement. He doesn't check his phone mid-talk, he listens, he notices, and that's powerful. Because in today's distracted world, presence is rare. A younger woman might find herself drawn to that energy, not because of looks or status, but because being fully seen and heard by someone grounded feels magnetic. Practical application. Be aware of how often your mind drifts. When you're with someone, be with them completely. No multitasking, no mental wandering. Presence isn't about performance, and it's about stillness and awareness. Non-attachment creates freedom and respect. One of Stoicism's deepest teachings is non-attachment to outcomes. Epictetus taught, "Seek not for events to happen as you wish, but wish for them to happen as they do, and your life will flow smoothly." When you approach someone, or any situation, with a desperate need for validation, you hand over your peace. But when you're grounded, detached from outcome, you move freely. A younger woman might respect you more, and feel more at ease when she senses that you don't need her approval. Because non-attachment communicates self-sufficiency. Practical application. Before you act, remind yourself, I control my intentions, not outcomes. If things go well and good, if not, it's still good, because you acted from integrity. Freedom lies in the action, not the result. Emotional control is masculine mastery, Seneca wrote. No man is free who is not master of himself. This principle separates boys from men. Emotional mastery doesn't mean suppression. It means understanding and directing your emotions rather than letting them control you. When something doesn't go your way, when she hesitates, when she pulls back, how do you react? The Stoic man doesn't spiral. He observes, adapts, and remains composed. That emotional control signals maturity, and maturity is deeply attractive. A younger woman may subconsciously test a man's emotional resilience, not out of manipulation, but curiosity. Practical application. Learn to pause between emotion and reaction. When anger, jealousy, or fear arise, breathe deeply before responding. This pause is power. It's what turns reaction into reflection. Authenticity over image, Marcus Aurelius warned. Waste no more time talking about what a good man should be. Be one. Authenticity is a rare strength in a world obsessed with appearances. A Stoic man isn't trying to impress. He's striving to live in alignment with his values. When you drop the act, when you stop trying to be what others expect, you become lighter, freer, and paradoxically more magnetic. A younger woman might sense your authenticity as a breath of fresh air, because it's rare to find someone who's real in an age of performance. Practical application. Be brutally honest with yourself. Ask, am I doing this to express myself or to impress others? Choose authenticity every time. Integrity attracts what is meant for you. Stoic confidence comes from self-mastery, not validation. True confidence isn't loud, it's quiet certainty. It's the peace that comes from knowing you can handle whatever life brings. Epictetus said, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things beyond our control." When you stop trying to control how others see you, you naturally exude quiet confidence. That's what draws others in. A younger woman may find herself drawn to that energy because it radiates emotional safety, a sense that you're in control of yourself, not of her. Practical application: each day, build self-respect through small disciplines. Exercise, reading, meditation, meaningful work. Confidence is built through consistency, not compliments. Purpose is the strongest aphrodisiac. Marcus Aurelius lived his philosophy while ruling an empire and enduring personal loss. He never let comfort distract him from duty. When a man is guided by purpose, not pleasure, he becomes a force. That focused energy commands respect and attraction. A woman may want you to make a move, but even deeper, she's drawn to the direction in your life, to your mission. Purpose gives your energy a gravitational pull. Practical application: clarify your why. Write your values and goals. Every day, take one step toward them. Purpose transforms you from a wanderer into a leader. Silence is strength. Seneca once observed, "It is a great thing to know the season for speech and the season for silence." In the art of connection, silence often speaks louder than words. When you're comfortable with pauses, when you don't rush to fill the air, it shows you're secure, and security breeds trust. A younger woman might appreciate that grounded stillness, and it allows authenticity to surface. Practical application: next time you're in conversation, don't rush. Let silence breathe. Stillness invites truth. Bo. Amor fati. Love of fate. The Stoics believed in amor fati, to love one's fate, whatever it brings. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Whatever happens, whether your move is welcomed or rejected, it's all fuel for growth, because every outcome strengthens you if you let it. When you embrace life as it is and not as you wish it to be, you become untouchable. Practical application: when facing uncertainty, repeat to yourself, "I will love whatever happens, because it will make me stronger." That mindset transforms rejection into resilience and hesitation into courage. Conclusion: the Stoic move: a younger woman might secretly want you to make a move, not because she's waiting for flattery, but because she recognizes something rare, a man of presence, peace and power. Making a move in the Stoic sense isn't about chasing or conquering. It's about acting with integrity, from a place of clarity and calm courage. You are not defined by her reaction, but by your intention. You don't chase, you invite. You don't perform, you embody. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way."